to pursue my career in football and masters, just to come in here, just to come to the UK. And in 2020, I was so close to signing a professional contract. I had been on all the trials. We started off 70 boys, ended up with only 2, and now I was one of the 2 that were chosen for the club. And I was told, this was back in January last year, I was told, listen, we are ready to get you on board. But what's going to happen is we are waiting for the season to run out so that we can get you on board. Just for COVID-19 to start. Right? Now, when COVID-19 started, they told me they can't even afford to keep paying their own players. They had to let go of some of the players they already had. So they can't even think of getting on anyone else. I've been working for years for that opportunity, and hearing that, it was crazy. So the UK went into lockdown. There was nothing else to do. I started an e-commerce business. I was making a little bit of money here and there. But a friend of mine reached out to me and like, listen, bro, you see this Forex thing, yeah? You got to join. Now, how many of you guys believe in, I'm not trying to pass anything on to you guys. I'm not trying to put any religion on you, but I believe in God, and I believe that He sends His signs to you. And I want you guys to understand that if something is destined for you, if you put in the work to get to it, it will become yours, right? So there were 3 things that were going on sequentially in my life at that point in time before I joined the iMastery Academy. Now, to some people, they might not understand it. To other people, they might say, wow, I understood why you joined. But I didn't join iMastery Academy just for money. Yes, it was at the back of my head, but the things that made me join iMastery Academy, they were sequential. And they happened in the span of 3 days. So these were the 3 things that happened to me. My online business, I created a whole brand, right? I created a whole brand. I was getting people ordering in the peak of COVID. So what will happen is they would order their product and I will start shipping it from China just for it to get stuck because of COVID restrictions in the airport for 6-7 weeks. Now, people, because this is the law, they would request for a refund. And automatically, the refund will be taken out of my account. But this is the funny thing. Because the product has already started being shipped, they will still get the product. So I was losing money and losing my product. So I was going through that. And I was like, listen, I need to find a way to make money during this time. I need to find something that will be right for me. So I went online and I started searching. And I heard a man say, someone I listened to a whole lot. He said, if you want to find out where you are going in life and what might be your next step in life, fast. I had never fasted before. He said fast. No food, nothing. Fast from everything for 3 days. Fasting will give you a clarity of mind on where you want to go. So I was like, no food. Okay, let's try it out. Now, I was still contemplating this. And in the evening, my mom happened to send me this, because I'm Catholic, she sent me this Reverend Sister who was preaching in a spiritual realm about fasting for 3 days. I was like, all right, cool, I'll do it. So these were the sequences that happened. The first day after I fasted for like 12 hours on the first day, oh,
Go mute yourself, please.
oh, how far did you guys hear what I've been saying to this point though?
Yeah, good now. We just talked
Okay.
about after fasting for 12 hours.
All right, cool. So after fasting for 12 hours, right? A friend of mine reached out to me. I was going for 3 days. This was after 12 hours. A friend of mine reached out to me and told me, and he was like, bro, listen, I need to ask you for a favor. He was back in Nigeria, and he was like, bro, listen, please. I need you to borrow me some money. I've been studying this thing, and I think I can make money from this. You borrow me £100. I was like, what is it for? He said it's Forex. He's been studying Forex and he thinks he can make money. I was like, Forex? It's not that you bring one person who brings one person who brings 3 people stuff. Like, no, bro, listen, Forex itself, I think I can make a lot of money from this. Can you borrow me this money? I was like, cool, no worries. I gave him the money. He now told me something. He was like, thank you, bro. But look, man, even you, I'm going to tell you something, bro. I know you're focusing on football and all these things, but bro, learn Forex. I gave it no mind. You know, I didn't really think about that. This was the first day. I was like, nah, I'll think about it. Sure, no worries. I kept on. I moved on to the next day. So the next day, I was still on the fasting journey, right? And someone on my Instagram, not my Instagram, on my WhatsApp, right? Posted a screenshot of a Bible verse. A screenshot of a Bible verse that, you know, he didn't even know what he was doing. He did not know what he was doing at all. He posted a screenshot of that Bible verse. Now, and it was in the Good News version, and this is Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 1 to verse 2. It says, I'm just going to share my screen for you guys to see it, bro. I'm just going to share my screen. This was the exact thing. This was the second day. Again, a lot of people would not give this any mind, but this is Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 1 to verse 2. On the second day of fast. It says, invest your money in foreign trade, and one of these days you will make a profit. Put your investments in several places. Many places, in fact, because you never know what kind of bad luck you're going to have in this world. On the second day, this was a Monday. Monday was first day, Tuesday, second day, I saw this. This was in order. I was like, let's just continue, man. Let's just continue. Because I've never like followed any sequences of, I believe in God and I go to church, but like, I really did not understand these sequences. So like, I was like, all right, cool. And then the third day, fasting was around 6 p.m. now. I saw this, my friend post. I trade Forex. You should be trading Forex on Instagram. You know what you guys do, you post every day. So I reached out to him. He was in the US. Like, bro, what's this? He was like, listen, bro, can I just please put you on the call? I was like, cool, no worries. He put me on the call and the rest was history. I was like, listen, I'm going to take part in this. These 3 days have not just been for nothing. And this was in ending of May last year. And then my journey into this opportunity started. Now, a lot of people would think that because, these were good things that happened to me to join, then my journey was sweet. I had the worst journey starting off in this opportunity. And that's the first part I want to talk about in this. So that was my start into this opportunity. That's who I am. Now let's get down into the business of the day. All right. I've done a whole lot of rubbish starting off in this opportunity. I promise you. Like, I've blown so many accounts. I've done so many trash stuff in this opportunity because I was shooting for long runs. So what I've sat down to start learning about, I like to say this. I am not on this call today because I'm better than any single person on this call. I'm on this call today because I'm most probably worse than every single person on this call right now. If some of you hear the things I've done, the stupid things I've done in trading, in this opportunity, starting off this opportunity, you would be like, I can never be that silly. So I think I'm on this call today to show you guys that if I can be here, you can as well. So I want to teach, I want to give the little knowledge I have today based on how to start changing your mentality, because understand, smart money concepts, it's a mindset, it's a mentality. And if you start understanding it, you will start getting to a position in life whereby you would understand what you're actually doing and how to start progressing in this opportunity the right way. All right. So what exactly is smart money? All right. Let's get into the. Please take notes. Please take notes. I know we have a lot of people who like, we've got a lot of expert traders, good traders, crazy traders, and right. But I want to teach, right? Because there's so much things you could learn, right? There's so much you could learn. There's so much you could add value to by, coming on calls every single day, right? And clearing a trade. But one thing that passes us by is understanding the concepts of every single thing that we are at play with. So the first thing I'll talk about is the introduction to smart money. Then I'll start. If there's time, I would also talk about how I use this and Fibonacci and the hourglass to make money. Okay, so let's get into the introduction to smart money. So what exactly is smart money? Guys, smart money is a mindset. Smart money is a sector of people who trade the markets. Smart money are the people who move the markets. These people create a problem, and the set of people react to the problem created. Guys, I want you to understand that every single candle, every single move in this market is not done for a play. There is a systematic reason based on everything that happens in the market. Now, you shouldn't worry yourself about every single candle, but if you understand the structure and the understanding backing up what happens in the market, I promise you, you will start getting to a point whereby you're like, okay, this makes more sense to me. But the thing that a lot of us do, including myself, is when we come into an opportunity, when we came into this opportunity in particular, we didn't decide to research first. Who are the winners? Who are the losers? What did the winners do? What did the losers do? In any other business, because this is a business, in any other business, people, what would they do? They would go into an opportunity and they would research who are the market participants, who do this, who do that, who do this. But when we come into Forex, the only thing in our mind is how quick can we make money? And the funny thing about life is the fastest way to make money is slowly. Now, there's all these beautiful, beautiful things left, right, and center. I'm going to spoil the show because I want to tell you guys the truth, like complete bare. So please take notes. We first need to understand how exactly is this whole financial market set up. This market is a duopoly. is literally controlled by only two exchanges, every single thing. It's controlled by the Intercontinental Exchange and the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. These two companies control 90% of every moving money in this market. Now, their biggest clients are the banks. But I want you guys to understand, if you did anything relating to economics, like monopoly or duopoly, what does that mean? They have control of price. So they set price in a way that benefits them. What a lot of people don't understand is everybody in this opportunity is in this opportunity not to make you money, but to make themselves money. Everyone. The banks, the brokers, every participant. So understanding that, you need to stop understanding what you think should happen and start understanding what really goes on. Because if Forex was so easy as going on YouTube or going on the internet and typing how to trade, everybody should be making money, isn't it? So really understand, they set price, and they set price in favor of their best clients, who are the banks. That's the first thing you guys need to understand. So in the past few years, right? In the past few years, technology has been able to make it possible for people around the world to actually start really trading in these markets. And the more people that come into the markets, the more money floods the markets. But this is the thing. The less volatility comes into the market. Now, volatility is the bread and butter of any single trader. This should be less. Volatility literally means the opportunity to risk and the opportunity to make money. Risk and opportunity equals the volatility. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to heard this word before. Maybe you're trying to withdraw from your broker and your broker tells you the market is not volatile, or they gave you a little rollover because the market was not volatile enough or the market was too volatile. Now, what does less volatility mean? It means there are so many people nowadays willing to buy and willing to sell at a certain price, at any given price. So when there are so many people buying and so many people selling at the same time, what happens to the market? The market doesn't move. So what then happens is, banks want to make money. So what they do is they start finding methods to fool people into making subconscious, stupid risks. Because every single time you lose money, somebody else is making money. Every time you make money, someone else is losing money. So when they divert the market in different ways to take the market where they want to go because of this. Is it fair? No. Does it happen? Yes. Are you going to cry about the fact that it's not fair, or are you going to learn exactly how they do it so that you could follow them and understand when they do it? That's what you should be thinking about. Okay? So that is what the concept comes into. They create a problem. They create a scenario. They understand that people are looking at the chart. Now, what they do is they make people start thinking, oh, the market is going up, just to clear everybody and go down. Or they make people start thinking the market is going down just to clear everybody and go up. All right? And the funny thing is, there are only 8 banks and hedge funds that provide the biggest money to every single person in this market. 8 banks. You guys could Google it. You would see the 8 banks that really control this market. Now, these banks, what they do is they pass on money to the brokers. Guys, if anyone here has ever gone to a broker seminar, a broker interview, a broker whatever, and that broker is telling you they are going to teach you how to trade, I want you to run away. Because understand, a broker is not set to make you money. A broker has the biggest conflict of interest with you trading. Now, what does conflict of interest mean? Conflict of interest literally means what you're doing is against what I need to do to win. So I am going to do everything in my power to ensure that you lose, because when you lose, what happens to me? I win. Does that mean we should hate brokers? No, because without the brokers, we cannot access the markets. So the brokers are called necessary evils. The brokers were created in 3 ways. There are 3 ways the brokers make money. Now, guys, I want you to understand that everything is connected in this market. The exchanges provide money to the banks. Now, how exactly is any broker created? For you to be able to start a real brokerage firm, you need at least 250 million US dollars. A lot of these brokers that come up every single day don't have that. They bring 30 million and someone provides them the remaining for them to kickstart their broker. Who do you think provides these brokers with money? Someone type in the chat, who do you think provides these brokers with money? Thank you, Idris. The banks. Can you guys see how all of them play together? So if I'm providing you with money and you're taking money from someone else, do you think that your interest would be to give me back my money or to give that person money? Of course, you will be more worried about giving me back my money. So the brokers sort of work for the bank. So what exactly happens here is, guys, I want you to understand. You put your money in the bank. Either the bank takes it and goes to trade, or the bank trades the money and invests it and borrows it out. Who are they borrowing it to? They borrow the money back to brokers. Now you go and open a brokerage account and the brokers borrow that money to you. How? In terms of leverage. So what exactly is leverage? We all hear the word leverage, leverage, leverage. So in Forex, there is a leverage in the instance of 1 to 50, 1 to 100, 1 to 200, well, all of that. In HFX, leverages come in bonuses. Because in HFX, it's just the money you put in. But the moment you accept the bonus, you've taken their leverage. Now, guys, I want you to really understand. A lot of people jump at the opportunity to get, 1 to 200 leverage. 1 to 100 leverage. That's all beautiful. The broker is going to give me 250% bonus. The broker is going to give me. Now, why are we called dumb money? Because these things excite us. But I want you guys to really sit down and think. Why would someone who does not know you, what do they ask for you to open a broker? Put in your name, your email, your password, and one ID. So just because you put your name and your phone number and an ID, a stranger is willing to borrow you 100 times, 250 times of your money for free. Why would they do that? Why would a stranger just give you money? It doesn't make sense. Guys, I want you to this thing I want you guys to just start thinking. This whole session is just for you to start thinking. So of course there is something that they make by giving you that money. There are 3 ways legally brokers should be making money. They make money based on the spread. They make money on commissions. They make money on financing terms. Now, what exactly is spread? Spread is the price of the actual asset you're trying to trade and the price the broker is calling that trade for. So what happens is, we don't trade gold. We are not actually trading GBP USD, no. We are trading a CFD of that asset. A CFD is a contract for difference, meaning that the asset you're trading is just a clone of the actual asset being traded. So if gold is going for 1,800, the broker is going to be selling for maybe 1,802, and they make their profit on that too. But as we understand, lot size matters. And in lot size in Forex, and the amount you put into the broker in HFX matters. So let's think about it. Spread and commission. When you take a trade, if you take a trade with the lowest lot size, whether you win that trade or you lose that trade, the broker is going to make money for transacting that trade. So if you put a little money, the broker is going to make what? A little money. If I'm selling something of $200, my commission is maybe 10%, all I'm going to make is what? $20. But if I sell something of $2,000, my commission will still remain 10%, but all I'm going to make is what? But what I'm going to make now is what? $200. You're welcome, bro. So what happens then? If I am selling, which one would I prefer? Would I prefer you who puts 200 or you who puts 2,000? Of course, I'll prefer you who puts 2,000. So the broker actually wants you to put in more money every single trade, which is over leverage every single trade. They are sitting down hoping you over leverage every time. In fact, to make you over leverage even more, they give you more leverage. That's why they give you more leverage. That's why they give you bonuses. I don't know if you guys have ever taken a bonus. Now you take a bonus, when you lose a trade, all the money goes out from the money, your own personal money, not from the bonus that they gave you. So with leverage, I want you guys to start thinking. That's number one. Now, every single trade that is placed, the broker makes a what? A commission. So if you trade only 3 times, they make only commission only 3 times. If you trade 30 times, what happens? They make commission 30 times. You're now trading 30 times in one day. Every single trade that was placed, the broker is smiling. So what happens now? Do you think the broker wants you to trade less or trade more? Of course, they want you to trade more. They want you to trade more, and they want you to trade as high as possible. Two things you should never be doing. This is why I'm trying to change your mentality based on risk management now. Financing turn, the banks borrow the broker money. The broker is giving you the money at the higher price. So technically, you are literally paying more for your own money. Now, we go to the fourth way the brokers make money. Guys, who has ever heard of the 90-90-90 rule? And this rule is not to scare anybody, it's not to chase anybody away, but it's just fact. The 90-90-90 rule means 90% of traders lose 90% of their capital in their first 90 days. Why I'm focused more on brokers first is because I want you to understand our first introduction into the market is through brokers. So if you understand what you're playing up against, you start actually changing your mind. 90% of traders lose 90% of their capital in their first 90 days. So if I am a broker, I have 10,000 clients, 90% of them lose. If 90% of them are making a trade one way, what do I do? What do you think I will do? Let's see. What do you guys think? Thank you. I will take the other side of their trades, creating more conflict for them. So every single time they start noticing that, oh, these people are the people who are over leveraging, trading the most often and always losing, every time that they trade, I'm taking the other side of their trades. I now have a 90% winning accuracy because I have people who lose 90% of the time. So do you think that when I take the other side of their trades, I want them to win? Of course not. So when you guys really understand these things, you would now start saying, all right, cool. I need to start moving different. Leveraging, over leveraging needs to be out of the window. I need to actually learn the skill that is behind how these people move. So that, yes, now I can start winning every day. You guys have access to the craziest traders in iMastery Academy in the name of Ken Remo, Mr. Dr. Ladipo, and every other person in this opportunity. They teach you based on how to make money the right way. Do not trade on emotions. Because the moment you start doing this, everything you've learned goes out the window. Now, the point I make based on smart money is this. Liquidity is the number one thing when trading smart money. And what liquidity means literally is where the money is. When you look at the charts, it's always about where is the money hiding. And the banks start taking the market to where the money is hiding. Why do they take the money there? Why do they take the market there? Because they want to take the money. And where the money is hiding is where people place their stop losses, where people place their trade, where people take everything. Stop losses is always where the money is hiding. You are always taught support and resistance. People just trade, they just come in, trade support and resistance every single time. But if support and resistance 100% was what worked, why is not everyone winning? Because obviously, support and resistance is what they've put out there for you to think is what works. So that you go and place your money at the points in which they understand people will be placing their money at. So that they take your money out and then go in the direction you knew they were going to go. All right? And then go in the direction you knew they were going to go. How many times have you taken a trade? How many times have you taken a trade? You knew this market was going to go this way, but they will just take you out first before they go that way. That's what the market does. That's always what the market does. And why is it so? Because so many people, we are in so much need and so much want for instant gratification. Instant gratification, the difference between these people who make money consistently and the different people who never make money is those who make money understand that they want to make money in the long term and build a portfolio for life. And then there are people who come in here, they want to make money tomorrow. 90% of traders lose 90% of their money in the first 90 days. Because 90% of traders want to make 90% of their money in the first 90 days. Guys, the number one thing you need to do when you come into this opportunity is learn. Everything is given to you in iMastery Academy. Everything I've learned is from iMastery Academy. I've gone ahead to do some reading research and any other stuff based on what I've learned. But you would never get to a point whereby you're going to make money consistently till you change the mentality of making money now. Guys, look, those who trade the smart way require people to trade the dumb way. Why? Because it's through people who trade the dumb way that people who trade the smart way make money. So you have a decision. You have a decision to make. Am I going to change my mentality and understand that I'm in this game for the long haul? Or am I going to keep playing around and wanting to make money right now? You need to make that decision. Right? Now, everything I have talked about today is easily put into sense from looking at the charts. You would start seeing every single thing begin to play out from looking at the charts. But the moment you start letting the emotions lead you will look at a chart and see what a chart is saying, but still see something else. I'm not trying to be deemed big, but this is what has happened to me my whole life. Growing in this opportunity, you will be seeing things and every single time things start to look like magic numbers once you're got in. Many times when you get in with emotion, so many times when you get in with emotion, the power of this opportunity will never be achieved by anyone who feels that the best way and the quickest way to make money is right now, right here, right now. Which is why for this first hour, I said I'm just going to talk, man. I know a lot of people, maybe you were coming in here and you were saying, listen, no, let's do, how exactly are we making money? What's the strategy? What's this? What's that? What's that? And that's all nice. But I promise you, do you think you gain any value from this point since I started talking to this point? Let me know. Do you think you gain any value since I started talking to this point? Good. All right. So to go further, value plus plus. To go further into how exactly do you learn this? Guys, I don't know how many of you have the elite package. Either you get the elite package, so your mentor, your mentee, not your mentor, your mentors and everything. How exactly do I get the elite package? You need to watch Bounce Back Bootcamp. Everything is structured there. They teach you smart money. Now, the thing about this is, let's now take it into HFX base. The market is fractal. So what exactly does fractal mean? It means that the same thing happening on the higher time frame is broken down into bits and happens the same way on the lower time frame. So the same things can be used on the lower time frame to trade. Okay? To trade. And that is, from that point, it started looking interesting when understanding HFX. But how exactly do you now start getting yourself to the point whereby you stick to the same things consistently? There is nothing I have said to this point, and there is no strategy on that that's 100%. I'm not going to give you a strategy right now that would be 100%. Nothing is 100%. But we don't need anything in life to be 100%. If our risk management and our risk mitigation grows. You can build an account winning 7 out of 10 times if you're using the same consistent thing. But what a lot of us do is we take a trade, we lose. So what do? We increase our size to get back what we lost. You're always chasing what is already gone. You're always chasing what is already gone. It's gone, let it go. The more you chase, the more it keeps leaving you. You keep chasing the money, it keeps running away from you. When you take a trade and lose a trade, are you supposed to increase your risk or reduce your risk? What do you think? Reduce your risk. Well, it's easy to say it on the call now. The question is, how many times do you do it? Because that's the things that's going to differentiate every single time. When you take a trade, you need to reduce what you're risking, not increase what you risk when you lose that trade. That's how the number one thing that smart money always does is capital preservation before profiting. So I'm going to ask you guys a question. Let's say you're being pitched to invest in two different types of people. The first type of person, there is a potential of you losing 50% of your money, but he would give you, if he wins, 25%. The second type of person, the potential is to lose 10%, but win 16%. Who are you going with? Let me know. The second type. The second type is the actual trader. But the question is, who are you right now? Among the two of them, who are you when you go into the charts? Because that is one thing that would differentiate people who win in the long run. You don't need to be the person who knows every single thing in the world. You just need to know the things that work and the right way to advance. Processes every single day. Every single day. And I'm going to try and make it straightforward. Whoever you're trading with, three things. You need to have a time of day you always trade. Every day it needs to be consistent. If you miss that time, forget about that day. There are 250 trading days in the year. You need to have an amount, percentage-wise, that you're aiming for every single time you trade. But you also need to have an amount you're willing to lose every single time you trade. Now, a lot of people, it might be hard for you to calculate that on the go, which is why when I started this journey into becoming substantial, I found this, and I'm going to send it to the teams, and I'm sure everyone can, pass it on. This is an Excel sheet, guys. This Excel sheet, we was already in, I think a lot of people should already have this. All I've added to this is this. Recording. You record your wins, your losses, and your balance ending result. You have an account starting with $1,000. You don't need to do anything else. But before you take any single trade, you should come into the sheet, log into the sheet. All you need to do is put in the amount you have in your account that day and click the enter button. Guys, I risked 2%. I know a lot of people, we've been told, risk 1 to 5%, 3%. I risk only 2%. And this is my reason why. I account for rollover when I trade. So if you're still trading on brokers that use rollover, if you are trading 3% from the get-go, you put in 3%. Now that trade needs to roll over. You're now risking 3.3%. The next time you roll over again, you're risking 3.9%. You roll over one more time, now you're risking 4.7%. You're now taking, you've now gone out of that. So I start with 2% and I risk up to 3% every trade. Now I understand that every single time I take a trade, I'm going to use $20. My profit for that session is $50. So I want to take my account from 1,000 to 1,050 for that session. But guess what? I also have the amount that the moment my account reaches that amount, I stop for the day. Now, what I mean by this is, let's say you've taken the last trade, the account is now 950. You feel that if you roll over, you might clear that trade. But that rollover is going to reduce your balance less than this price. This is where the discipline comes in. You stop, come back the next day. The moment you get emotional, stop trading for the rest of the day, for 2 days. You have things happening in your life. Leave the market. The market is not going to help you when you're in distress. The market was not created to make you money. The market was created to take money from us. But while it tries to take money from us, we have found a system that works to join the market to take money from the market. But it was created based on understanding the perceptions of human beings, how emotional human beings are. So the moment you become emotional, what happens is it takes you from understanding the double blessing strategy, understanding the smart money concept, understanding all of this, straight into the people who lose. So the moment you start understanding, okay, cool, today is not the best day, leave it. Because a lot of people use this, something that was created to bless you. We start using it to curse ourselves. Create your time, stick to it. iMastery Academy is the best because it's giving you so many opportunities to build wealth. But how many times have you decided that today I'm going to run 5 prospect calls, 2 prospect calls. I'm going to help my team today. But then you've leveraged and you lost money on trading. And the rest of your day went into rubbish. Why? Because you let the emotion get the best of you. You let emotions get the best of you. So now that we understand where you need to be to take the concept of this trading into, now let's see if we can see anything good from the charts and how exactly I use the strategy. And in the smart money concept, there is this, I use one sensible thing, and that thing I use is called engulfing candles. Now, in smart money, you're going to learn a lot of stuff. You're going to learn market structure. Market structure is in there. There's the Wyckoff. Wyckoff is in there, right? And all these things are not things that, I can come out in one day and start, giving magic talks about. No. But one thing I'm going to talk about today in how I use cash trap, Fibonacci, and engulfing candles. Now, the reason why this is very good, it's not based on a strategy alone. It's something that could be added to all strategies you use. Sometimes maybe you're too impatient, right? Maybe you're too impatient. You think, that was a resistance. That was a good place to enter. I have drawn my daily, whatever. You've broken down your markets. But if you saw this candle, if you saw this next thing, then that might have actually helped you to say, oh, I'm not going to take this. So let's think, let's talk. I have a step process that I look for in cash trap. The first thing I look for is the currency strength. The currency strength. So as my boss Henry says, the base currency and the core currency. I do not yeah, I think it's already being recorded, yeah. I do not take a trade that is against the currency strength unless I understand what the potential of this is going to become. Looking at this right now, this is Chef JPY. This calls a put here. But look at the currency strength. Chef is stronger than JPY. I am definitely not going to take this trade for that put. Almost every other thing is lining up, but I'm not going to take this trade. I don't care whether it clears. Once the currency strength does not line up with this trade, I'm not taking it. Why? Because I am already seeing the potential of this market coming all the way up here. At the very least. And I'm going to explain why. At the very least. This area. The currency is strong. I don't think this is going to come down. So I'm not going to risk it. I'd rather set an alert or sleep and wait for the market to come here. So the first thing I look for is, does the currency strength align? Guys, understand, trading is probabilities. You want as many things as possible to line up in your favor. I will send it. I'll send it. You want as many things as possible to line up in your favor before you risk your money. All right? Before you risk your money, you want as many things to line up in your favor. So if the currency strength does not line up in our favor, I'm not interested in the trade. So that's number one. But before even the currency strength, we start talking about currency strength, I check the news. Never trade without checking the news. Never. So when you come on the news, I hope you guys understand the three folders and what the three folders mean. If you see a red folder on a currency during the time you're trading, leave that currency. There's a high impact news on it. An orange folder, there is also a slightly higher impact news. A yellow folder is fine to trade. But a red folder and a gray folder, don't trade that currency. No matter how beautiful the setup is. So that's the first thing you start looking at. Now, one thing I've noticed is sometimes cash trap currency strength is a bit slow. So I mix up cash trap currency strength with live charts currency strength. So if you don't understand market structure, this is what I'll tell you. Firstly, you're gonna learn market structure. But even though, if these two charts are saying different things, leave the trade. People like, why are you saying leave the trade so many times? We want to make money. Sometimes the best way to make money is not trading. Wait until things sell. So this is euro against the chef. They line up for euro being stronger. But what I've already seen now is this has gone to the lower side. So I actually am looking at this. In the next few minutes, the chef is probably going to get stronger. I believe this market is going to go back up to this, around this area, and then continue falling down to this area. So I have a time I trade, but I also have the timeline I trade. I always trade 3 minutes fixed time on. Always trade 3 minutes fixed time on. Now, there are so many times whereby that 3 minutes fixed time on, if I had used 2 minutes, I would have cleared the trade. If I had used 4 minutes, I would have cleared the trade. I don't care. That's what I use, that's what I use. You stick to the same things every single time. And with time, everything starts to open up for you. So what do I mean by an engulfing candle? An engulfing candle, let me explain it in how the banks use. When you see the market go in such a way and then gets swallowed up, the last candle at the top gets swallowed up by an opposition candle. What that means is, just like this was a blue candle, which is the buy candle. It got swallowed up by a red candle. Most times, this is the bank move. The bank has opened up this buy and then opened up this sell. Now, guys, understand, their sells are in profit, but that buy is in a loss. The banks are greedy. They need to bring the market back to either break even on this or at least close in profit of this. Because they've done this to take people out of the market. Let's explain it here. Look at this move right here now. This candle, this last up move was swallowed by this. Then the market went down. Then a lot of people look at this as a support. So what the banks did was they pushed the market above this, as a resistance. They pushed the market above this resistance, taking people who put their stop loss at this resistance out of the market because they needed to take their money back from that candle that they had opened here. Then the market has continued dropping. So what this means is they have shown us that they actually want to keep dropping. But before they finally started dropping, they wanted to take people's money first. Now, I know this might sound complicated to some people, but I'm looking for opportunities in the live market right now to try and show you guys what this means and how this works. Let's see if we can see any opportunities at this point in time. Again, if you can't see any opportunities, you don't force the market. Well, I can't currently see any. No, would have taken the trade live right now. So, ooh, that was a good one. That was a good snipe here. All right. We've missed out on this trade, on this current trade right here for the call. But I'm going to explain how I would have got into this trade if I had seen it. You see this wick right here, guys? I would have got in right at this bottom. Because there is this tool called the Fibonacci right on it, on the spot. So this tool is a retracement tool, guys. It's on your cash trap. It's on your trading view. What this tool does is it breaks the market up into percentages, guys. If a market is going to go in the direction you think it's going to go, the market repeats itself. So it's always going to go back and just to come back forward. But it's not really going to break its structure to come back in the direction it should go. So what do I mean? If a market has gone from this low, this was the lowest point it went, to the highest point it went. This is the move of the market, guys. From here to here. That was the complete move of the market. Now, If this market is broken the high, so it's looking to keep going up, that's 1 point in our favor for the call. The currency strength, the euro is stronger than JPY. That's the second point for our call. Cash-Trap is telling us it was going to call from this point. That's the third point. Now, guys, look, how do you get the right entry since you know it's going to call? It's by calculating the whole move. You don't need to do it. This tool here does it for you. If you draw it from the last move to the highest point it got to, guys, look at this. Why is my thing frozen? Sorry. You draw it from the last move to the highest point it got to, guys. Look at this, guys. I look for two areas. Two areas. I'm looking for the 0.618 and the 0.786. If this market is going to go in our direction, guys, it would come back down and either touch the 0.618 or the 0.786 and then go. So let's put this into play, guys. This was the lowest. It went down here, then went all the way up there. Let's take the tool. From this low here to that high point right there. Who can tell me where did this market go low first before it kept going up? Where was the point? Can you guys see it? Sure. Where was the point, guys? What point? 618. So if you sit down, you go on your Cash-Trap and start learning exactly where exactly does the market move. You use the double blessing strategy that I'm so sure everyone now knows how to use. And then you add this tool. Guys, you would have not seen any drawdown on this trade. It literally touched 0.618 and shot up. You would have gone for the call right there. Now, what price was that? That's where you now know the price. The same price that 0.618 is at. You just draw that line right there. That's how you'd have known your price, 977. You would have gone to your broker and looked around that price. The moment it got to that price, you enter your call, guys. That would be a walkaway trade. Now, I would have liked to talk about why these prices are significant, which is where we start talking about the quarter point theory, but we don't have enough time today, okay? But I hope the little I've talked about today has helped you guys. This would have probably been a 975 entry on your broker platform, and there would have been no drawdown for your walkaway trade right here. That's just one example of how you use these tools and Cash-Trap. All right, but we don't have enough time. So what I want you guys to understand is, from this point on, we are going to the master himself. We are going to the master himself. The person, listen, guys. The person who put me on this, he said, bro, listen, I think you got a little value. Come and help. And I was like, I am humbled to do this for you guys. I'm humbled to do this for you guys. And I'll be here to be able to do it again whenever needed to help. Because there's a lot more. I want to go into quarter point theories and other things, and why you understand why the market moves and how you'd have gone into trades like this with HFX or even Forex. But guys, understand, the man who put this all together is about to have his session. The #1 trader in iMastery Academy right now. Guys, Mr. Kemvie Mo is about to go live. He's about to go live. Listen, I heard of this man, right? Last year. No, it was this year. It was this year. A friend of mine was like, bro, have you heard of it? Research on him. And I've just watched him go from grace to 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 grace. And I'm humbled that I reached out. But he's taught me so much, because when I reached out for a selfish reason. I was like, listen, bro, how do you do it? Tell me, how do you do it? How do you become? I want to become. He's like, bro, listen, just give value. Just give value. This man is the walking definition of value. So guys, I need you to plug into the live session, because you guys know you're about to make some money on that live session. All right, you're about to make some money on that live session, guys. So without further ado, guys, go live with my brother, my big mentor, Mr. Kemvie Mo. Thank you guys for coming on this call. I hope to see you guys again. I hope you get to come help again. Guys, I love to end my calls like this. I want to see everybody at the top, guys, because the bottom is way too crowded. And we never want to look down on anybody unless we're trying to lift them up. But most importantly, guys, as Del Woods used to say, believing that you can is way more profitable than believing that you can't. I'm going to pass the call back on to our chairman 50 loading, Dr. Mr. Obi. Thank you so much for having me on here with you, brother. Thank you so much. Peace.
Wow. Okay, I'm giving you a standing ovation. Can you see me stand? My goodness, this is absolutely phenomenal. Who got value from this call? Who got phenomenal value?
I was fire.
Wow. Amazing. Don't worry, the recording is available for everyone. And Ugo has promised to drop that Excel sheet